Okay, here we are. Recording is in progress. Welcome to our September Mastery Monday. Beautiful to be here with you all. So wonderful that we get to continue to connect and commune. September. Oh, here we go. Didn't realize that. September is going to be an interesting month as we traverse all the integration of what's been coming through August. August was a very, very, very potent month with lots of transformation just coming through so powerfully and really allowing us to stand more into the center and power of who we are through the upwellings of acknowledgments that we've had to do with ourselves of what's been arising, all the imbalances, all the balances, everything that's been wanting to present itself through our bodies, and then all of that, what that means for the earth and beyond. And so we're going to just touch on that a bit today, of what's been showing up in the field, and doing some integration processes with that to support us moving forward. Oh, okay. Thanks, Ray. Thanks for letting me know. I'm glad you're here for me again. Oh, Ing, yeah, nice. First rain in weeks. Yeah, the weather's what's been interesting too, huh? I don't know if anyone else is having strange weather patterns where you're living, but we are here in the South. But we're also where both the North and the South meet with their weather patterns. So it can be pretty volatile and pretty strange sometimes, because you never know what's happening in north of us and south of us and how they're gonna combine and what's gonna happen. And that's kind of indicative too, like kind of just representative of what's happening right now, right? Like what's happening in the earth, and how is that rising up in us? What's happening in the celestial zone, and what's coming down, what's coming into us, and then how are we meeting that with who we are? It's like all these universes, all these different experiences coming together and trying to join in a more powerful way in this time. So we'll touch on a lot of that, and then we'll do our meditation and then guidance, support, questions, sharing at the end. And so right now I'm going to invite you into a short grounding, presencing meditation. So if you wish to close your eyes and welcome yourself here. Welcome yourself here into this space. Welcome your body. Breathing into the body, feeling the body. Really allowing your breath to flow through the body, and just noticing what you're coming in with today. Is there any tension in the body, any tension in the mind or in the emotions? And if so, just acknowledging it. Acknowledging that space that may be. And if anything's just really open and flowing, acknowledging that as well. Acknowledging you. Acknowledging all that's happening. Just welcoming yourself in. You're going to bring a nice white light above the head and the whole width of the physical body and the energy body, and just letting it flow down. A waterfall in front, behind, all sides, like just being embraced by this white light of clearing, connecting, harmonizing, and just letting it flow down as slow or as fast as it wants to go. Just letting yourself be here now in this body, just letting it flow all the way down into the center of the pure heart of earth. Any thoughts, any emotions, any feelings that don't need to be here, any cords, any places that you might have had your attention before this time, or any place that your attention may need to go when we're finished here. Just letting it all flow down the cord, asking it to harmonize within your mind, within your body, within your energy, calling yourself here. Just inviting you, your awareness, your consciousness, inviting all of you here into this moment. Inviting yourself here, breathing into the heart, breathing into the heart, welcoming yourself here into the heart. Yes. And if you want to place a hand on the heart to bring your attention here. Maybe anywhere else on your body that you feel you just want to bring more breath, knowing that as you place your hand there, your attention, your breath, your energy will go there to support you. And if you need to, just taking sighs, deep sighs, in and out, to let your body fully have this breath, fully have this moment. Good. Just asking for a nice golden light to flow around the body that brings the harmony of your energy body, your physical body, your mental bodies, your emotional bodies, your soul bodies, all of you in this moment, bringing it into the center pillar of your body, from the top of the head, down through the root into earth, to be present, to be connected, to be open to what you're here to receive. All of you here, your soul, just breathing in, welcoming in the harmony, the wisdom, the power, the connection, the flow of you in this body, in this moment. And so just breathing in, grounding into the earth, just feeling your feet, feeling the seat that you're in, your feet below you. And on your exhales, you breathe down into the earth. Just bring the earth energy, that center of the earth back up through your feet, through your root, and up into your body. Feeling the support of the land, the energy of earth. Just breathing up and down the body here, asking for all of your energy to anchor in and body in this moment, strong and steady. Taking a moment here, breathing in, opening to your inspiration, your intention, your connection for being here in this moment. And as we do so, just having gratitude for everyone else that is here in the field with us, present here, as well as those coming into the replay, those of us that connect on these higher soul levels to create a more potent field of receiving, of connecting, of feeling, of listening, receiving and being more unified with our own bodies, more unified with each other in the collective, creating these deeper and stronger flows of conscious frequency through our bodies, through the earth, through all the land that we're on. So just breathing down into the earth and allowing the land to receive all of us here, the earth to receive all of us in all the locations that we're in, allowing the planet, yes, for us to be anchored in deeply through the grid that we're creating here through the planet. Through the energy collective. Thank you. So just breathing in into your own body now, breathing into your heart, being held, being supported, being connected into this moment. Thank you. Good. Taking a deep breath in. Let's begin to share, welcoming yourself here. And if you wish, you can open your eyes. You can keep your eyes closed to be in the connection of where you are. Yes. So as we spoke in the beginning that, August was an incredible month. August was an incredible month to really fine tune our listening to ourselves, listening to what's coming through, and really taking some deep connections of decisions and choices of how we were going to listen and hear, and how we were going to respond to ourselves, respond to the world, respond to the deep welling up of emotions and thoughts and clearings of lifetimes and timelines and our current life and ancestral experiences. And this last wave, especially through uh, the end of the month and into September, is really working some ancestral lines, really working the genetics and the DNA of how and what the programs have been. And it's really deeply shifting, even with the higher consciousnesses of the elements of this planet, and how our bodies are taking that in on the elemental level for our physical bodies to become more connected into light, to become more connected into truth in the stream of our true selves, of our soul, of source light that really brings us into the strength of our unique expression on this planet. And that's what's really clarifying. I mean, that's what's been happening over the multiple years that we've been moving through this phase. But right now, it's just a really pivotal moment of what we're choosing, what we're choosing. And I've just been watching and hearing and listening to many of you that are really just saying yes, more yes to who you are, who you're becoming, and what wants to come through you in this world. And it's just really profound to witness and see. So thank you. Thank you for continuing to show up. Because as we do that, we have what's called the morphogenetic field, right? This morphogenesis, what shifts and changes as we choose, as we decide, as we commit, as we devote ourselves to this opening of our heart, to the opening of our minds, to the opening of these connections of ourselves, and the willingness to surrender into each moment where something challenging shows up. We have that genesis, we're forming our genetics, and we're forming the genesis of creation, right? Of what we're creating as our own universe of ourselves. And then as we're in that morphogenetic field and that genesis and that genetics of our bodies, of our lives, of these timelines, then we're just signaling. We're signaling, and everything starts to self-organize itself, right? Everything that we are, everything that wants to come to us, everything that we've already planned before from the future to this moment on our highest timeline starts to show up. Whatever that is, right? Whatever that is, we're calling it in. We're being the creators of the field around us. Our environment responds. People respond. And sometimes those responses may look, really wonderful and beautiful. And sometimes they don't look don't look and feel all that great. But then it's going, oh, that's the information right there, right? That's the information that we get to meet in each moment. And I know some of us are making some big decisions for ourselves this month too, of what direction we're going in our life, where we're going to be, who we're going to be with, how we're going to move with our projects, our work. And what's interesting to think about work is, today in the US is Labor Day, right? And this is the Labor Day celebrating that labor movement of the people that created, were working and creating the industry, the foundations, the structures of the world that we see now, right? And so right now we're in that deep shift of the cycle. What structures are we creating now? We're the people now that are pioneering the new structures, right, of our reality by what we're choosing in each moment. And so then we get to shift that structure also of how are we showing up in the world? Are we still giving our energy, our power over to other authority? Like the laborers, they're pulling their energy to say, hey, wait, we have rights, we have we have a quality of life here, right, that we want to create, and it's not being met. And so that's where we're at too, is like, what quality of life do we want to have? And how are we going to start to live that and start to really take that in? So in this morphogenetic field, as quantum humans, we are creating and bringing forth and deepening the foundation of these new structures of Earth as they're meant to be in their trueness, right? So it's like creating that liberation within that allows us to step more fully into the structures that really are going to support and benefit reality, benefit everyone, right? So shifting the idea of needing to please or become or do something that is serving others or serving authority or serving our maybe things around money, right? Those are all programs that are shifting. And so it's going, instead of being in service, let's just be ourselves, right? And then from that space, it's creating and then bringing to us exactly who we need to interact with, exactly what we are here to interact with, that then will create whatever it is that we're here to receive, right? Whether it is in the form of currency or other types of exchange, right? But it's not this sacrificing ourselves anymore for service or other authority. It's going, I'm just going to be me and fully step into that power, that vibration, that frequency, so that the field just forms for whatever it is that I'm here to be and do even more. Right. So just kind of really taking that in and taking that in is what's possible here. And what this month I'm seeing is going to be bringing in those decisions. It's going to be bringing in those connections. It's going to be bringing in those choices. It's going to show us even deeper where we're in alignment, where we're not in alignment with that part of ourself, right? So however that's going to show up in the physical or the energetic or the mental or the emotional fields for us, just opening into that. Because the earth right now, I mean, what I'm watching now is even the magnetism is even shifting this month towards the mid end and into October. We're going to be going through another degree of shift of our poles, of the energetics, of the inner energetics of the earth, and how the energetics are forming with the sun. And even the sun is shifting in its rotation right now. And so that's really going to bring up this different way that we're going to be expanding expanding our cellular level, right? Expanding our cellular capacity to flow energy, to flow power, to flow our resonance. Yeah, Gordon totally can relate to the need to focus on me. Yes, bringing back your energy from others, absolutely. And so of course we're going to be interacting with others, so there's going to be that exchange, right? We're going to be interacting with others. So noticing how you're showing up in that exchange, right? Really noticing how you're showing up in that exchange. Where are the thoughts going? What are you wanting out of it? What do you think they're expecting of you? And just going, I'm present with that. What do I really want to have in this experience, right? Without expectation or anticipation from others, right? So we're shifting that dynamic, right? Yeah, and being in present. Yes, not wandering to the past or future. Exactly. It's all about here and now. Because that's also what's happening is time, our idea of time is shifting. And when we're working with what's called the sun disks and the planet that have been holding the constructs of the time and of the cycles of the planet, they're all in they're all recalibrating right now. So like once when they were on this axis, vertical axis, and spinning, now they're on a vertical axis and kind of wobbling with like the infinity, going, okay, where are we going to then place ourselves? Where is this next motion of how we're going to relate to time itself or cycles itself? It's all in a wobble right now, and we're all the ones that are stepping in to create that. So when we wobble, right, or we oscillate, or we're like, oh wait, I don't know, or oh yes, I'm in it, or we're in these like moments. It's like that's what the whole cosmology is going through right now. Is there's a deep sense of resonance that's coming down through the center of the sun, through the center of the earth, and all this stuff is opening up, and we're just going to wobble and oscillate it until we stand. Whew, to more of us, like what percentage of us is going to actually stand in that strength most of the time, right? So it's not saying I'm going to be in perfect alignment all the time, right? Don't go to that expectation of self, because then that creates challenges and difficulty, right? And frustrations and overwhelm and pressure and anxieties and stresses that we don't need. It's more of going, okay, how much of myself can stand in this center? How much of myself is going to be aligned with that to where it just becomes my lifestyle, my way of life, right? Yes, playing with the practice, absolutely, right? And no matter what, and it's really going shifting our idea around success and progress. It's just going, where am I at today? Where am I at now? Where's my awareness right now? Where's my awareness right now? And the only way that we are going, like any progress or success, is in the moment. Where's my attention? Where's my awareness right now? And I'm going to focus. I'm going to be, I'm going to shift, adjust whatever's needed right now. Right? Because then that will create the capacity, as we're saying, playing with practice, that's going to anchor in more of the capacity to then anchor into the next moment. Go, where am I right now? Where's my awareness? And to have more capacity to adjust, right? In each moment. So what I'm noticing in our bodies right now is excuse me, as these elements are really speaking, as this body is going, okay, I am nature, I am myself, I am the soul, right? And these are bridging. It's like it just makes sense that the elementals, the elements, the body is actually becoming more conscious too. So are you receiving more from your body? Are you receiving more signals? Are you receiving more information? Are you receiving how the body is taking in, maybe the food or the air, or the water, or the liquids you're putting into it? Is it asking? Is it saying things to you? And however those sensations or feelings are showing up, right? And even I'm watching the bone structure starting to just like, whew, like I'm even watching the marrow and the bones of the body light up, really light up, and say, wow, we're really tuning into the foundation and structure of this reality, which then can strengthen the structure of our own physical bodies, right? So it's just that, it's that relationship. So that's, we've been talking about spending time in nature, and spending time in nature is one of the most valuable things we can do, because then our bodies start to calibrate even more with the elements and what's happening. So our bodies can fully take in these higher vibrations of the earth, right? Of what we're standing on, what we're alive with, the elements. And the planets are coming alive even more as well. So we're going to be seeing that new planets are starting to show up, right? And when that comes into, any disclosure through movies or online, when that starts to show up, we'll see. But people are recording them, and then they show up, and then the information disappears. So, but what that means is what that means is who we've thought we've been. As we expand our consciousness, right? As we expand our consciousness, we're capable of taking in more of what is actually in our cosmos, right? Which actually is in our galaxy, which actually is in our solar system, that are the dormant energies that we haven't fully been accessing. And now it's just going to be more streams of this information, of these frequencies coming alive within ourselves and in our planet, so that we can engage in these more profound cycles that we're here to create on the planet, of being liberated, being free, being connected, being truly in our power. And that's what we're doing right now, is shifting into that quantum, right? Shifting into that quantum perception of ourselves, that quantum perception of our experiences, where it's not so static. We see it, we feel it, we manifest it, it's here, it's happening, right? And even if when we're just seeing it within our hearts, or in our third eyes, or wherever it is that we have our visions individually. And so as that ancestral stuff has been moving and shifting, right, it's coming up deeply. It's going, okay, where have we been plugged in? Where have we been plugged in through our family lines? And where have we been plugged in? And even with our children or our parents or whatever, like what parts of their families, whether their lines, and so there's just been a lot of clearing through the lines, and maybe stuff showing up with you through relatives, right, in your life. And so recognize that sometimes when there's challenges coming up, this is actually stuff clearing through our genetic lines, right? And patterns that may have been passed down from generation to generation to generation, that we're like, that's no longer, those cycles can no longer be repeated, right? Through me, it stops here, right? And something new begins. And so just allowing that too, just we'll tap into that a little bit today. So let's let's go in. Let's go into meditation. We'll go for about 15 minutes or so, and then we'll go into sharing. Yeah. So let's take it in. Let's take our breath in. Take our breath into the body, and anything that you heard that you resonate with, just allowing that, just calling that into the center. Anything that maybe didn't feel resonant or you're not sure about, just letting that balance and harmonize as well. Asking for all the information to ground down to that white column of light down into earth. Taking in only that which you're here to receive and be resonant with, to support you. Yeah, good. I'm bringing in, calling in the quantum love sanctuary, the energetic sanctuary that surrounds us, that brings in only the highest aligned energies of our souls, of our guides, of our connection here. That brings us into the purest space of our heart, the purest space of our heart that is still, that holds all of us in our entirety, in balance, wholeness, perfection of our being here in this body, on this planet now. Calling in the pure heart of self through the physical heart of the body, allowing the pure heart that holds all the information, the codes, the connections of yourself into the center of your heart. Just allowing it to be any color or sensation, and just asking it to expand through the front, through the back, through the sides, through the top, through the bottom, the whole heart, expanding with the fullness of you. Just taking a few breaths here. As you take a few breaths in, allowing yourself to deepen into the whole physical body. Let the cells of the body, as the cells of the body, the heart of each function, all the systems of your body, just welcoming this heart, this pure heart space into every cell of your body. You're just washing through, centering in, the light of each cell lighting up with the heart of you, with the heart of your soul, with the heart of yourself, with the heart of your being. We ask that every cell of the body takes in this information and all is activated in the highest level that is ready in this moment now for your being, for your consciousness, for your awareness. That all is activating and integrating all that came through, all the emotions or thoughts, shifts, changes, choices, decisions, commitments, devotions to yourself that have opened up, all the surrender. Good. And in this moment, as we're in the cells, just noticing, right now we're going to clear some old genetic codes that are no longer needed. Just seeing some strands here, the material here within the cells of the body, within the genetics, the DNA. I'm going to stream white light through all the strands of the DNA, all the coding of the DNA, the spiraling here of every DNA strand in every cell of the body. And just with your own intention, with your own direction, also just saying for all the unnecessary old coding, anything that's inactive, that's no longer needed, that's taking up space here, that it should wash through, to disintegrate, to dissolve into pure light. Ooh, yeah, good. Down through any lineages, through any timelines, through any lifetimes, through any embodiments, known and unknown, conscious, unconscious, through any fields of distortion and balance. Ooh, yeah. Any programs taken on consciously, unconsciously. Ooh, yeah, good. Seeing that also shifting through any patterns of the neurotransmitters of the brain. Ooh, shifting those genetic codes and the light to activate through the codes of the body, through the DNA of the body, through the cells of the body. Allowing all of the light to code itself in this moment, to be free energy or to code into, yes, your soul information, your soul blueprint template coding here in this moment. Good. Yeah. Just seeing the activation here to bridge the consciousness and awareness of your being more into the physical body, more into your higher mind connection through the physical body to have the clarity, the information, the connection of who you are. Just opening and allowing whatever sensations, whatever you're noticing, whatever's flowing through here. Just opening to it, welcoming it, inviting your consciousness, your awareness to open in this moment, to ground in, to embody into the body. Just seeing if there's any information, any visions, any sensations that are here for you to receive. Good. Ooh, yeah, beautiful. Just watching all of you. Good. Just seeing any energies that have been present through these shifts as well that still may be hanging out in the energy bodies. Just going to ask light to flow through the energy bodies, the subtle bodies of the physical body, to gently stream through, dissolving anything that's holding here in the energy bodies that you're ready and open to shifting. Just giving permission here for this light to clarify the subtle bodies, the energy bodies. Taking in a breath here. Good. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Seeing a lot of movement of energy shifting. As we're doing this, as this energy is shifting, we're asking for the soul energy light to come through and take its place, so that you're filling it with the harmony of yourself, the harmony of your physical body, your energy body, your wisdom. Grounding it through the body and the feet, so that you're inviting yourself to be here within this in a conscious way on this planet, in a way that you get to move with it in your expression in the world. Who you are. Who you are. Thank you. Just breathing in, breathing through. And as we're breathing into the earth, just feeling your feet and welcoming the elements. Welcoming the elements into your field. Welcoming water, the pure higher consciousness of water to flow through the body. Water that's in the body. Intending that all the water that we need is present here for proper hydration of the physical body. and that it's flowing with ease, the conduction of this energy, of the soul light through the body. That all the rivers of the body are flowing with ease, all the streams of life, light through the water, through the earth. That all the liquids of the body are pure and whole. Good. With these energetics, yeah, tapping into the higher consciousness of water here and just seeing if there's anything that wants to show up for you here, any messages, any information of water. What's here with water? Beautiful. Yeah. All the water of your body is pure. All the water of earth is pure. That the water is strong and stable. And flushes out all that isn't needed and takes in all that is needed. Flowing this water of the body into the waters of earth, breathing through the waters of earth, the water of the body. That all the systems of the body are receiving enough water. Good, beautiful. Breathing through the air now of your breath, the air that flows around you with the earth, that flows through the leaves of the trees and the blades of the grass and the open space and all that moves through the air. Just feeling your body strong, just moving with the air, moving with the air like a gentle breeze. That through the air and the ether and all the information that moves through the ether and the air and into your body, that you're receiving the information and the signals of the source of life of the air through your lungs and through the rest of your body, taking it in. And that you move through the air as you walk, as you move in your life with this higher consciousness of this air. That you recognize the space around you that you move through that's supported through the air and the ether. The soul codes that flow upon the breeze, the information that flows through you in resonance and coherence from all other places on the earth, through the sun, through all the elements. And then welcoming the structure of earth through your bones of your body, the rock, the strength, the stability, the foundation, this earth itself. As the bones become more alive with the minerals of this planet, all the minerals in balance and harmony, all the minerals of this planet and the highest consciousness of this planet through the body, through the marrow of the bones that flows the life force as well, that keeps our body strong and stable. Flowing these elemental minerals with the bones into the earth, giving gratitude and just asking if there's anything here within the minerals of the body, within the minerals of the bone, within the minerals of your structure that are supporting this body to receive your soul, to receive you, to know you, to be you, strong and stable in your steps, in your walk, in your being. Anything here for you to receive. And the fire of life through the earth, through the cells and the sparks of light in every part of your body, through the sun. This light, this fire of life, of transformation, of transmutation, of continued connection of life itself, of the spark that ignites us to move, to flow, inspiration, motivation, that which we are, welcoming the soul fire, source, creation. And through all of this, just breathing in if there's any messages here, welcoming all that's been transformed through the spark of light that you are, that's been coming through clearly more and more in any way that it is. This fire that's been transmuting us, giving us the light to see, giving us the strength, the inspiration to take ourselves in, to make any changes consciously, willingly, openly, with heart and love and wisdom and knowing. Beautiful, beautiful. Taking it in, taking it in, working with this energy here, breathing through your heart, breathing through your heart, with gratitude for life itself, for the life that flows through us, for the wholeness of our bodies and the systems of our bodies that operate in each moment without us having to do anything. All the systems of our bodies that are functioning. That in this moment we get to connect into the soul streaming through the body and just open to each moment of the resonance of our alignment of choice in each moment. But imagine all of our energy, all of our connection in alignment with this, the present moment of soul, the present moment of who we are, the present moment of this knowing, stabilizing into our bodies, stabilizing into this moment, anchoring in. That we devote ourselves to just allow, to just gently allow ourselves to be in each moment, to show up in each moment with our open eyes and open heart and open connection, open mind to what's present before us, to what's present within us, so that we can become more still within the movement of life. Finding that still place within in this moment, breathing into the heart, breathing into the heart, becoming neutral on any level here, on every level, that we neutralize the thoughts, the emotions that show up. We're no longer in resonance with this stillness, with this connection to heart, with this connection to soul. In each moment, this is the practice. In each moment, this is the willingness. In each moment, this is the surrender. That we witness ourselves in pure heart, that we witness ourselves and are willing to step in to each moment, to wash away any pressures or doubts or confusions and frustrations, that we open it. Allow each moment to align to the field that we're here to create as a soul through our physical bodies and in the space around us, with our environment, our interactions with others. That we allow this month to open us up into this power of empowerment and liberated in our bodies and our minds and our hearts more and more. That we let the streams of our consciousness open and bring into us the stability, the connection, the clarity, the strength, the knowing, the wisdom. Just by being present in the moment, in this heart space, and this willingness to be neutral and connected and open and gentle with ourselves when we're not. This is creating our lives and our field in the perfect divine time of our experience of our existence. Just taking that in. The gentleness, the softness, the easefulness of self. To be. To be. Noticing what's showing up here. If anything is showing up, just breathing the neutrality around it, welcoming it into the light. This is a time to recognize where we resist and fight and let that go. Let the resistance, the fighting, the struggle, the overwhelm, just letting all of that energy within the body that may be holding, just letting that soften, letting it soften, letting it soften. Yeah, so that as it softens, we open more space to what is true, what is here for us. And that when things do show up and we want to resist and fight against it, we say, okay, you're here. What's the most aligned way to respond to this thought, to this emotion, to this feeling, to this experience that allows me, the true me, to be present and connected and open and flowing in this moment? With yourself, with others, with anything that's present before you and in you. Just opening, breathing through the pure heart, grounding in here, grounding in, letting it expand through, softening, 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 strengthening, stabilizing, opening, expanding, connecting, balancing, centering, harmonizing, unifying. Yes. Just taking some breaths here, bringing your attention into your body, to your heart. Breathing in, integrating and anchoring in here. And as you're doing this, just feeling your feet, feeling your hands, welcoming your awareness into this moment, into this room, into this space. Taking some deep breaths in. Allowing what's opened up here for you. Allowing the spaces and the places that have come to you to support you. Beautiful, Lisa. Feeling more flow in the body. A few spots were constricted. Wonderful. Yeah. Just opening into the breath here, welcoming yourself here, welcoming yourself in. We're asking for, in this moment, the integrations for all the frequencies of your subtle bodies to come into a balanced space with the physical body, to allow integration and connection and the flow. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Hydration, absolutely. So, okay, so if you need to take care of your body, if you need to move, you need to drink water, use the loo, whatever you need to do, take a moment. We're going to come into some sharing, anything sharing, whatever it is that you might have experienced through that meditation or the information that was received. Ask any questions. We're just going to take a moment here. If you'd like to share anything in chat of what you experienced, you can. Or if you're in on Facebook, you can share in the comments. Thank you, Pamela. Yeah, thank you, Tracy. Yeah. So, and if there's anything you want to ask, you can either put it in chat or in comments, or if you'd like to raise your hand and participants, you can do that as well. Just thanking you for being here and this connection, this meditation, this activation is so much moved. Thank you. Adam, yes, if you'd like to unmute yourself.
Hello, Christine. Hello again.
Hello.
Happy Labor Day to you. Yes, yes, I felt the timelines coming through me in this meditation, going in deeply into my family genetic lines, but beyond that, into other lifetimes, and going back further and further back in the human history, or going way back. So that was very profound. Yes, absolutely. And clearing any debris, spiritual, mental debris through time, going backwards, clearing any debris. It was really healing. I found that very healing indeed. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it's really incredible. I was watching a lot of that through a lot of fields here, a lot of your systems and fields here. So much shifting through. There's so much through the genetics and genes and the DNA and the cells of what was being held that was no longer, and you could feel it was already, and some of it was already deconstructed or decoded, but it was still kind of like hanging out. So it was great to take all of that and shift it and move it through so that all of that could also dissolve through the greater energetic fields of the timeline. So I appreciate you, Adam. Yeah, sharing that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Ian, you almost fell asleep. It was very deep. Yeah. It is. That happens when we're moving through these deep fields, huh? Thank you. Okay, Bonnie.
Hi, Kristen. Thank you.
Yes.
I don't know what I was feeling. There was a lot going through my head, actually. So I think there was stuff leaving. I just wondered, because like you said, August was so intense. And today's also very intense. And I'm wondering, is there going to be a space in between where we don't have it so intense?
That's a great question. As I'm looking forward, it seems like maybe, mid-month we'll kind of have some softening, and then it's just going to go right back in. And that's just as our Earth is shifting and all of these shifts are starting to take place. It's just going to continue. And so really what we're being asked to do, what's really happening here, is not to go into a space of wanting it to soften or whatever. It's going, okay, well, how can I step in? How can I step into this capacity? How can I support myself in being stronger in my power so that my body and my fields and everything are flowing with these streams, with these waves, right? So that's what we're being called into right now. That's what we're being called into right now. And I know it's challenging. I know it can be like, oh, I want this to stop. I want this to end. But it's really what it's doing is it's calibrating our body. So how in the moment when we're feeling this intensity, are we responding to it? Are we supporting ourselves to go, okay, are we open and willing to the capacity in our bodies to shift with it, to come online with it? Right? Because what's happening is as these frequencies, as we increase the frequency of our being, of the consciousness in our bodies, as the consciousness of this planet, that's us too, right? That's us too. So it's just going, okay, I'm going to welcome these waves. I'm going to welcome these waves so my body can shift with it, right? My awareness can shift with it. Rather than thinking it's something that's happening out there, I'm experiencing something over here. And at some point, that something out there is going to shift, right? And then I'm going to be fine again, right? No, it's going, this is us creating these shifts. This is us stepping into more capacity. This is stepping into more of who we are. This is our physical bodies with the physical earth changing. Right? So it's what's going to happen is if we are experiencing this as something happening to us or we're externalizing it, then as these waves get more intense, they're going to be more intense on us or in us because we're kind of having that resistance to them, right? Or a space of this is happening to me rather than this is a part of me that's creating this. Recognizing that we are, because of our souls and who we are on this planet, we are creating this. We stepped into this. So just allowing that for you, Bonnie, and whoever else, is having that same question or same thing. It's just like, this is something that's happening within us. It's not just something that's happening outside of us. So yeah, it's kind of like we want that. We want the softness, we want the gentleness, we want things to quote unquote maybe normalize, but that's just not what's part of the process. Part of the process is how can I stand strong in each of these waves so that I get stronger through each one of them to meet the next one. Right? Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so great. Thank you. That's a great question. I love that you brought that in for us, Bonnie, so that we can tend to that, tend to that. Cynthia, yes, profound peace and release, no drama for a change, just peace and balance, total Ma'at reigning over. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Cynthia. Yes, I love how you brought that the Ma'at in. Thank you. The one law, the universal divine law. Thank you. Yes, Adam, you're very welcome. Very strengthening for your high self and purpose. Yes. Okay, Gigi. I became aware of some things where I wasn't in alignment with myself and others and welcomed myself to surround them with love and neutralize. The connection with Earth was particularly powerful. I loved the flow with her, and more consciously nurturing my body in all of those ways was awesome. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, to nurturing yourself with Earth, and kind of coming into that unity with it, right? Instead of the separation of it, just like being in the unity of the flow of all of these elements that we're made up of, that we have that relationship and how we can nurture our bodies through them. And beautiful practice to whenever you're finding yourself in, feeling like you're not in alignment with things, just embracing and asking all of those energies to neutralize, right? So that we can step into our alignment with our relationships and our experiences. Ray, beautiful. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, to more unity. Yeah. Yeah. So and you're also asking, how would I work more deeply with co-creating vision for purpose right now and enjoying more clarity? Yeah, you want to enjoy more clarity. That's always the piece, right? We all want to enjoy more clarity. So what we spoke about in the meditation of stepping into the present, really that's the co-creative path, is the present moment. Where am I clear? Where am I not clear? Right? In the present moment. And as we step into the present moment, we acknowledge each moment of where we feel clear and where we don't feel clear, right? Then we open up the wisdom of ourselves to share what is clear. And for those things that are clear, we strengthen. And those things that are unclear, we get to just neutral. And sometimes if we need to, we can just say, okay, I feel unclear about this. I'm open to receiving clarity. And releasing the expectation, the anticipation of immediate answer, right? I'm just recognizing and acknowledging that I don't feel clear here, and I'm open to receiving clarity. I'm opening to step into my alignment. I'm open to step into that. And that's just a simple practice to then just relax the body, relax the field, instead of creating a pressure or a doubt or a confusion or a frustration and overwhelm and anger, whatever it is around the unclarity, just saying, okay, I'm open to receiving my clarity. And I'm open to receiving when it shows up. If it's a moment from now, if it's tonight, if it's tomorrow, if it's a week from now, I'm open, right? And so then it just starts to play in our field. That's the morphogenetic field that we talked about in the beginning, right? Then we send out that signal to ourselves that without pressure, without doubt, without confusion, without emotions that can create static around it, that we're open for it to show up. And we can keep opening, right? Yes, beautiful, Ing. I am willing. I am willing. I am willing to be, willing to surrender. Yeah. Okay. All right, we'll do one more. Beverly, you've unmuted yourself. I hope that helps you. Just let me know in chat. Sorry. Okay, go ahead, Beverly.
I think that it was beautiful today, and it really brought me back into where I want to be. And I think that I'm starting to realize that I actually need to practice, like you say, like, connecting every day and being in that flow and knowing that it's almost like I have to decide that this is what I want, and this I want to be embraced or embodied. Long term, I want to have a lovely life and all that kind of stuff. But I think that I have to work at it to make it happen, and that it will not just blindly happen. But it is happening. It was so beautiful today, but I have been out of sorts for a little while. And I think that this brought me back in, and I have to commit and focus so that what I want to happen, and I want to appreciate what can happen by putting some effort into it. So thank you. And maybe, just I will start to focus more now too. And hello to everybody.
Thank you, Beverly. I really appreciate you sharing that. It is powerful. It is powerful when we make those decisions, when we make that commitment, when we take that devotion and the time to practice, and so a lot of times, we have that morning meditation, or we have those times where, however it is, if it's a sitting meditation, a walking meditation, listening to a meditation, or just sitting with ourselves and self-reflecting in the moment and saying, so when we sit in that space, we allow ourselves to recognize where we are in the connection of ourselves and where we're not, right? We take those moments to breathe. Yes. So when we're in these moments throughout the day, once we create that practice, like if it's in the morning, and one of the things that I love to do is the morning and the night, right? So that when we wake up in the morning, we're in that space, right? We take those moments to connect with ourselves. We take those moments to say, okay, I'm committed to being connected to myself, my breath, whatever it is that you're working with, right? And that lovely life is right here, right now. That lovely life isn't tomorrow. That lovely life is right here in how I'm being and how I'm creating the quality of my experience that I'm creating right now in this moment. So what am I committed to today? What am I doing? And breathing into the pure heart, breathing into those embraces, breathing into those experiences, and just showing up throughout the day with each, day, each moment of the day, and just noticing. That's the practice throughout the day. Oh, I'm over here again. Oh, I'm thinking that again. Or, oh, I'm doing that. Okay, great. I'm just going to breathe into that. I'm just going to let that settle and choose in this moment, right? Choose in this moment how I'm going to move forward without getting frustrated with the self, going, okay, that's where we get to practice being gentle with ourselves, right? And then at night before bed, just going, okay, this is what my day was like. How was that? Where was I? What was I doing? What was I feeling? How was I focusing my energies? Acknowledging them, doing anything that we need to do to soften our energy, calling all of ourselves back from everything in the day. And then I'm going to bring into pure heart again, so that as we sleep, as we can come into that space, so that when we go to sleep, that's what we're feeding our subconscious going upon sleeping. So when we wake up in the morning, that's how we begin as well, right? So then we just create this container, right, that we're just flowing with from morning till night, that can strengthen and stabilize our daily momentary practice throughout their days. Yeah. Yes, absolutely, Gordon, willing. You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah, awareness is our superpower. Yes, I heard someone say that earlier. Yes, awareness is our superpower. It really is. Our consciousness, when we are awareness of where we're putting our consciousness, where we're putting our focus, is how we're choosing to be, that mindfulness, right? That connection in each moment to how we're being, where we are, what we're feeling. And sometimes that takes that effort to stop, right? To stop the doing and stopping and going, I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to take a breath and settle, right? I'm just going to take a breath. If you find yourself walking and you find yourself tense, or you're doing one thing and your mind is super active, just stop wherever you are. If it's in a hallway, if it's in your room, if it's in the kit, wherever it is, you just stop. Feel your body. Take a breath, right? Tune in, take those moments. I do that a lot throughout the day. Just stop. Or go, okay, I'm going to just step outside. I'll do this. I'll step outside and just go stand in the sun. Okay, this is happening, that's happening. I'm just going to go step outside, take a moment, put my feet in the grass, take a breath, right? Have that connection, and giving ourselves permission to take that slowing down moment. Take those slowdowns, even if it's a day, you're like, today, I really don't feel like doing anything, and I don't have to do anything. I'm going to go do something that I enjoy, or take a couple hours out of my day and do something that I really enjoy. Or I need to tune out. My thoughts are going crazy. I need to watch a movie, or I need to, you know what I mean? It's just like, do in the being, be what you're really feeling you need, the best that you can throughout your day. Because when we do that, that allows the nervous system to soften. You're recalibrating the nervous system to what really is needed in your body, what's really needed in your mind, right? And the emotions. So beautiful. Yeah. We did that yesterday. We went out and went disc golfing. I've been disc golfing for the second time, and I took my son, and he did great. It's just like, wow, okay. Went and swam in the lake. It was just like, okay, there's things that need to be done, because I have a big month. I'm moving this month. I'm stewarding some acres that came into my life that I get to steward. There's just a lot of big changes that are happening. It's like, okay, yep, I need to pack and clean, and we're going out for the day, because that's what we need. Right? That's what we need, right? And so then when we come back into what it is that we are needing to put our focus on, there's more softness, right? There's more capacity for it, right? Because if we keep driving ourselves in these directions, then what are we doing? We're just creating a lot of tension. We're creating a lot of tension rather than just softening and opening, right? So yeah, so good. Gordon, you're having one of those days. Yay, taking care today. Yay, Gordon. Good. Yeah, it was funny for me going, yeah, it's a holiday. No one else is working today, right? Well, not no one. There's a lot of people working today. But it's just like, I don't pay attention to these holidays, right? Because I don't subscribe to those cycles, right? So it's like, oh, yeah, wow, okay. I had my, it's cool. It's all right. It's okay. This is what I'm creating, right? This is what I'm creating with all of us. And that's what I'd like to do. It's like do and be what's present. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Gigi. Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome. So, Sandra, just one more comment that I want to respond to, and then we'll do our closing. So, Sandra, yes, thank you for sharing about your experiencing in the water, that a blue being came to you and shared with you around the water and connected with you, and just having that insight with yourself. And so allowing that to, I love how you said that as you were, as I was speaking, you were hearing the words before I said them. I love that when that happens. So you're welcome. And yeah, just breathing into that, Sandra, just breathing into that blue being as what I'm seeing is this consciousness of water itself. As we're talking about consciousness, these, the elements becoming more conscious in the way that they are alive, just like us. They are having an experience in this reality that they're aware of, right? And that as we're interacting with them, we can become more interactive with listening and hearing the information, right, of the minerals, of the water, of the fire, of the light, of the air, so that we are more in wholeness, in the wholeness of consciousness of everything that's around us. And just seeing that as you connect with that being and that consciousness of water, you have that real beautiful connection with the element of water, that it is you, right? That we get to start to see that reflection of whole unified consciousness, right? Yeah, Tracy, yes, we are what we think we are. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dustin, big shifts are coming up. They're happening. They are happening. And yes, we see a lot of numbers. Like today, I was about to send some information to somebody to complete something, and it was 11:11. It was like, yeah, all right. I just happened to glance at the clock once when I started it, and it was 11:11. So yeah, 444. Definitely lots of 44s and 444s, 33s. It's fun to see how those show up in our lives. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, cool. Water, the great mystery. Yeah. Yeah, we are not human beings have a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Absolutely. That is absolute. Everything is spirit. Everything is source. Humans and spirit is one, right? As one. It's all of us. We're all having an experience. It's all having an experience. And the more we come into that recognition of the wholeness, right, of this exchange of information from human to spirit, spirit to human, there's the wholeness, right? There's the wholeness. Okay. Thank you all for being here. It's 12:44 now. I just happened to glance at the clock to see what time it was, to see how far we went. Yeah, 12:44. Yeah. So, thank you. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your willingness to open and to connect in this space and participate together. I appreciate you for this experience. And so we'll just do a short closing here, and just breathing into our broad bodies, breathing into our hearts, having the gratitude for each one of us that showed up today, for ourselves, all of our souls, all of our connection, and all that we received here, all that we came here to be, all that we are. Just breathing into the sense of wholeness, of connection, and that devotion and commitment to being connected to ourselves, to our bodies, to our minds, to our hearts, to our emotions, in a way that allows us to be present and neutral and connected, and in each moment willing to surrender and willing to be. grounded in with this earth, anchored in, so that we can step and move and be and breathe with love, with inspiration, with the clarity. And that any times we are challenged, that we open into this breath, we open into this breath of the heart to calm ourselves, to be gentle with ourselves. That all is perfect and whole as we move in each breath. All opens to us as needed. Just taking a breath here and just breathing into that, welcoming that, connecting into the body, connecting into your feet. Let's send a golden light forward upon our path throughout this day, throughout the week, throughout the month. That we step with this ease and grace and willingness and devotion and connection of our hearts, of our bodies, of our souls. That our path is clear. That our path is in harmony. Our path is true, and we're strong and stable and wise in each moment. Beautiful, beautiful. Taking a deep breath in. Taking a deep breath in. And when you're ready, just open up to the space around you, recognizing all that's around you from this space. That you are this, always. At the core of your being, you're always this. Taking a deep breath. Yeah, may all that came through today set the stage for this month of all that we get to traverse and meet and greet and be with and allow and surrender and be willing for and strong in and clear with. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you all. I appreciate you who all gifted, and if you wish to, no worries, this is my offering to you. But yes, thank you all. Stars, Richard, Adam, Ian, Gordon, thank you, all of you. Appreciate your presence. So Mastery Monday is every first Monday of the month. So we'll see you next month, and we'll hold this, just breathing into this container, that this can hold you throughout the rest of the month. This is our field. This is what we've created as our opening for September. So yeah, thank you, Ing, for all of us in this beautiful creation, and everyone on Facebook too. Appreciate you all. So loving you all. Enjoy your day. Be at peace. Be in love. Be in fun. Maybe create something fun for today. Enjoy yourself. And take care of yourself. Hydrate. All right. We'll see you. Be well.